So, today in a Reasons to Watch series, we have Wangan Midnight. So, a few days ago, I got a comment on one of my videos titled The Life of Hachiroku, link in the description, from a channel named The Fake Professional. He suggested to me to watch Wangan Midnight. Then, the next day, our channel's best performing video, Reasons Why You Should Watch Initial D, got a comment from a user named Gutterboy who suggested me the same and gave me a lot of help to learn about Wangan Midnight. If not for them, I would not have been able to find and watch this masterpiece. When people talk about Japanese car-related anime, Initial D would often be mentioned simply because this is the series that made the legendary status of the Hachiroku. It also taught us a lot about cars. It is also so exciting to watch. There is, however, another series that is less talked about, Wangan Midnight, which is also made in Japan. Plus, it's about cars too. Here's why this series is just as good as Initial D. When high school student Akio Asakura loses a high-speed race to a Porsche 911 Turbo known as Blackbird, he goes to a junkyard to find parts for his car, only to discover a blue first-generation Nissan Fairlady Z S30, which he ends up buying. Akio later discovers that not only is the Z tuned to 620 horsepower, it has had a dark history of unfortunate accidents with its previous owners. As if that wasn't creepy enough, the fact that the last owner shared the same name with Akio. With the Devil Z, Akio forms a rivalry with the Blackbird and its drivers Tatsuya Shima. In Initial D, you seldom get to see European cars, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because they all race around Japanese toge, which are twisty and very narrow. A JDM, Japanese domestic market, machine would fit in like a glove, whereas a European car would not fit in as well. In Wangan Midnight, however, the stage is moved from the toge to the Japanese highways, smooth tarmac with plenty of sweepers, so the European monsters would be better suited here. Of course, being a Japanese anime, GTRs, S30Z cars, Evos, RX-7s are everywhere, but Porsche 911 turbos and Ferraris also get a place in this movie, which is a bonus for all the European fans. The Devil Z, as people call it, features an L28 engine, bored and stroked up to 3.1 liters, with a twin turbo setup and triple carburetors. How do I know all these, you may ask? It is all mentioned in the anime. Not only is the detail of the main character's car mentioned, so is the Blackbird 93911 Turbo, the Testarossa, the FG3S RX-7 and many other cars. The TV crew even went down to the extent of copying the dyno curves of each car during each setting to replicate the exact character of each car. Talk about the level of attention right there. The L28 straight 6 twin turbocharged carbureted engine in the Devil Z has 600 horsepower, which is needed because cars that race on the Wangan, the actual name of the highway, needs that kind of power to achieve 300 km per hour in such a short distance. In fact, the least amount of horsepower a car makes in this anime is the blue Evo 5, which only has 450 horsepower due to the gearing. Of course, to run at Vmax constantly and controllably, the cars need to be aerodynamically capable. Hence, many scientific terms were added: center of gravity, engine placement, to make sure the viewers knew why on earth the cars can achieve such unachievable speeds. Wangan Midnight focuses on straight line speed. Initial D features toge battles. Wangan Midnight has European cars but not Initial D. In fact, the voice actors of the two protagonists are the exact same guys from Initial D. Instead, Takumi this time drives a Porsche and Keisuke drives a S30Z but not an RX-7. However, saying that, the production crew did give some Easter eggs of Initial D in Wangan Midnight. For example, in the final scene, the Devil Z, Blackbird the 911 are racing against a white FC RX-7 which looks very much like Ryosuke Takahashi's FC from Initial D. At first, I was going to say this anime was a bit creepy. It started off with a Z that likes to kill its owners, hence the name Devil Z. Then the guy who tuned it sounds creepy. Then the background music sounds like the ones you hear in a funeral. It's all extremely creepy. However, towards the end, what gave the Z its name made sense. It was looking for an owner who knew how to respect it. It was a Z that had a mind of its own. The latter part of the anime was sensational because it gave cars life and owners who knew how to tame the beasts. There was also the storyline, which consisted of love between the characters and their cars, which is very heartwarming. Wangan Midnight is an anime you would not want to miss, albeit not as long as initially. It will still give you plenty of idea of what the 90s Japanese racers were like. After all, they really did race on highways, pursuing ludicrous speeds.